And the other thing is the Department of State is really, really, really up to their thighs in a dilemma. Because they have allowed torture of me and my son ever since I broke up with Alvaro, and they knew it was happening before I was with him. And there's a connection to the state, to the Department of State, because it's very possible that that woman that I've just described is the same woman that he talked about in an earlier occasion to me, who was the wife of a diplomat. Ding, ding, ding. Department of State. So let me think here. Okay. My fiance freely told me that he worked with the FBI of the United States of America. It was while he was in Colombia, he helped them and worked with them. And I didn't ask actually a lot of questions when he told me this. I just sort of nodded and thought, oh. I think I was almost afraid to know. I mean, he told me that he worked with the FBI, and I thought, maybe I should just not ask too many questions. So I didn't. But the other thing that he voluntarily told me on his own was that he had been deeply, deeply, deeply in love with this woman who was married, and her husband traveled because he was a diplomat. And they were so in love, and he had his heart broken, and he realized that he had to get over it. It was impossible. He had to think differently because it could not happen. She decided that she had to be faithful to her husband, and she would not leave her United States diplomat husband. He was really in love, he said. He said he thought she was the love of his life. And alas, she was married already. And her husband didn't like it, and she had kids. So she said that they couldn't be together. And he had to accept that difficult situation. So difficult. So difficult being in the CIA. It's so difficult being part of the Department of State. And it's just so difficult to be FBI or MI5 or MI6. It's so difficult these days to carry on a discreet affair. So difficult. I mean, is there like, I'd really like to know what this word difficult is supposed to epitomize. How about getting tortured? Do you know what difficult is? Difficult is being cooked in your own frickin' house with your child suffering right in front of your own eyes. You want to see difficult? How about some of you get off of your seats and stop your frickin' typing and your little administrative jobs and your little undercover jobs that have nice perks, and sit in a house for a couple of months being cooked. Then you tell me what difficult is. You know what's difficult? It's difficult to be a citizen of the United States with a bunch of people who act like they're not citizens of the United States, but they're the ones with the jobs. They're the ones getting the state salaries. That is very difficult for me to accept. It's difficult for me to accept the fact that the United States has colluded with other countries to torture me and my son. That's very difficult. So when I start hearing about these little love stories about how things are so difficult, I'm sorry, but nothing that you have ever been through compares. You don't know what difficult is.